So today I'll be working on this last point where it says add user's last message with the time. So that will be here. So if you see here, all the messages that has not been read, it will come here with the number of messages, but the time is static. But if you see here and here, there are no messages. So what I want to do is I want to get this last message as well. So this is the code to get the messages of which are not read. So I want whichever the message that has seen false, that means it has not been seen. I'm getting all those messages on the Firestore. So this is the rooms, and each room will have a collection called messages. This is the collections. So, and the message in here are not like sequential. So in this, if you see, this was true, but then this was false. So it's not like properly one after the other. I'm getting all the messages which are false. But if there are no messages, that means if all the messages have been seen, then I should get messages which are true. What I'm thinking to do is every time we get a message, I'll be saving that in a local storage, and local storage can be accessed from whichever files in here, as it's global. Okay, here it is, write message component, and do local storage dot set item, and I'll do last message. I'll be saving in an object, but we can't actually save an object in this because it only takes string. So what I have to do is I have to use json.stringify, where I'll do message. I think I should do it before this, because in here that message will be doing it as empty. So this is the message. Timestamp will be this. This will do. This is enough. I think we should not add this here, because what happens in here is it works only when the message is being sent, but not when the message is being received. So this won't actually properly work. So what I should do is I'll go to this chat room. So this is where whenever we receive the message, we render it to the screen. I'm thinking I'm gonna put a console log here just to check will this run. Like what happens basically with the Firestore is it is always listening. Whenever there is a change in the Firestore collection, it will actually automatically update our screen. So this is going to run every time. I'll just put a console log here. Running every time. Just create another private window. So I'm actually trying to test it. So whenever I send a message from here, here I should get a console log saying that running every time. Yes. Yeah, I got once running every time. So this is running every time. There is a change in the collection. So that means this will be the perfect place to add this local storage code over there. So what I'm thinking is I'll use another use effect and I'll give the dependency as this messages, so that whenever the message is just getting updated, this use effect will run. So use effect is already commented, so just uncomment it. So I just simply to test this, I just add this console log here and I'll give this messages as a dependency here. Let's see what happens now. Okay, it's running. Just do one more time. Perfect. So this will be the right place to add the local storage code here, because I have, like, whenever the Firestore changes, this function will run, which will change this state. Because of this, because this runs, this piece of code will run, because this use effect is dependent on these messages. So what I'll do is every time this is changing, I'll take this code and add it. But before this, I want to check something else. I want to check the last message of this one. So every time this changes, I want to get it and the structure of this before writing the full code. So this. I have to do this. Actually, I append thing to the last message so that I can get a reference. So what I have to do is, instead of -1, I have to do it as -2. So now if you see, I have this data here, which has the message. This is the last message. Now we want to check something else. What happens? Yeah, if you see here, this is the last message sending. So this is the receiving part. So this will be the receiving part message. So I want to know, I get the same data when I send the message as well. Yeah. So I'm getting this last message sending. So it's working fine. So now what I have to do is I have to do data dot message. Dot data message. Let's see what it is. Okay, it says yeah, data is there because when the component is starting, the array will be empty. So when you say -2, there is no index of that, and if you are referring to that data, then that's why it's throwing error. There's nothing there in that. So what I can do is if it is not equal to 0, then see, now I got this data here, that data property. Now I can get this message. See the last message. So I'll just say hi. This is message. I even want the timestamp of this. Yeah, let me take note of that. So what I can do is I can just use a restructuring here. To get a message, comma, timestamp like this. No, the only thing I have to do is message and timestamp. Oh yeah, this works fine. Now I just store it in the storage. Yeah. We can just simply go here. Say get item, last message. It should show message as high and timestamp of the timestamp. We can do that here also. I think we should be able to do it. Yeah. So now in this path, chat list, so I think it's in sidebar chats. So this is where the last message should it should show. So if the message length is 0, I am passing an empty string. Now instead of empty string, what I can do is I can pass the last message that has been sent in, saved in the local storage. I'll just do nothing for now, just to check. See, here nothing. Now I can show the last message over here. What I can do to use hello JSON dot pass and then local storage dot get from last message and then dot message. Let's see what happens. I think I implemented it completely wrong. It's actually complete wrong implementation because there are multiple participants saving it for like a particular participant, so every time it will just get updated. So it should be like for particular participant, so the last message should be for every participant. So I should save an array or something like that in the local storage. Right now I'm not doing that. I just realized it. I'm actually not sure if that is the right way to do it or not. So what I'm planning to do is I'm trying to create an object because so my basic structure should be there should be a UID and there will be some UID for this and it should be this one. So this data is for one particular user. So now if you see here there are 3 users and this is for one user like this. So it'll be for like imagine it's like it's for this developer test, but this won't actually be the name of the developer test, but rather it will be a UID. There is a unique ID for that you can see here, like a UID for that. So for that UID, this is I think I should change it from message to last message and it's a timestamp. This is for one particular, but if I want for all the users, then I should create an array. But the problem with the array is if there are a lot of users, then like what happens is basically when it is looping through this one, so there is a for loop here. So what will happen is whenever it hits this one, then it has to go into this array every time. It has to go into this array and it has to, like imagine there are, if it is like this, like this, and I'll just write something gibberish here. So what happens is first it will go to the developer test and then it has to run through the whole full loop to check where the developer test is. In here it may be at the start, but that is not particularly the case. Sometimes it will be even at the end like this. What could happen is when it comes to this developer test, it has to go to each of this and it has to check it has to come till here and say, okay, this is the developer test, then I will show this. And when it goes to this one guy again, and then it has to go to again, it has to search through the whole array to see where that guy is. So like that, it has like every time it loops, there is another loop. So I don't want that to happen. So what I'm thinking is, instead of this one, there will be an object, and I'm thinking of creating a key UID, and then creating another object which has these two properties. So it will be, and now what happens is basically the complexity of this is like, now what happens is when I go to this one, this guy will have a ID. So it will come to this object and it will directly search for this. It doesn't go through this and this, it will directly come to this because the complexity of object is 1 actually. So we can like to access object. And see, now it is other shortcut. The thousand objects are actually hashes, so the complexity is 0 of 1 for all the engines. So they have same performance. You can find this. See, it is 0 of 1. So I have to achieve this now. Const user. Let's say RTC, because the user keyword is already used here, so actually it should work because let is block scope. But I wouldn't want to go with that because I'm using, if I go with it, so what happens is I'm using the keyword here. Then what I'll do is I'll have to write the user again, but this user will be accessing this one, not this one. Because of that, there will be a conflict. So the better would be to use RTC and user. Give this name here, and then user dot UID is equals to this one. So now this is only this one part actually. So the other part, let last message chats is equals to an object. Where I'll say dot 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 JSON dot pass LocalStorage dot get item last message. So this should get that stringified object, and then should parse it to make it into an object, and it will restructure it and will be passing it to here. So now what I can do is I can say participant user. Now what I can do is I can say last message chats is equals to message dash comma dot participant user. Not sure if this has been wrote properly or not. So I just console log it every time. Let's see what goes actually. Just remove everything from the so it was last message. Just remove it from here and here both as well. Just to be on the safer side. Cool, only the software details as well, so that is fine. And also the same thing should be there. So cool. Yeah, so now this is in chat room. That means they have to select a particular website and then it go inside. Then it should this should be displayed. Yeah, let's see what happens. Chatroom.js. Which line is this? Line number 54. Okay. Sorry. If this last message is not there, it will be particularly, undefined. I should look out for line number 15.9. There is some kind of error. Sidebar.chats. Okay, I think there is some problem here. Let me just simply remove this and put nothing here. Yeah, I think that is done. So this is an object. So what I should do is, so I should basically set it. That's all is there. So I should just simplify it. Do this. So now I want to know if I'm saving the right value in local storage or not. I could add another. I'll add a console.log, then add as json.parse. Cool. It's actually required. So we're getting the last message. I think I again made a error actually when I am saving in here, the UID is not this. What I did is I actually took a UID of the logged in user. which I shouldn't do. I should actually take the UID of the person who I am chatting with. So it should be actually the person I'm chatting with. So it should be, right now I'm chatting with this person, so it should be the UID of this person, not the person of who I'm logging in. So their details will be saved here. So let me just add another console.log and see what there. Okay, so their UID is not there. Can I get the UID? I could save their username as well actually. So for that to happen, here I should get their username. I'm not sure if I'm getting the username here or not. Yeah, I'm getting that username. So this will work actually. So instead of UID, I can do the username thing because the UID of this user is not there in here. I will do dot username. Okay. For now, I just come. So what I'll do is I'll do local storage dot remove item. And say last message. So now when I'm reloading this page in the console log, I should only see this data, not this one. This is the wrong thing. That's yeah. So now if I go back, and now if I go into this user, then I should see his username with his last message. See, like this. Yeah, correct, exactly. This is what I wanted actually. So if I go back and this one, I should get 3 actually. Yep, yeah, exactly like this. Yeah, this is what I wanted. So now what I can do is, yep, now it is correct. That's exactly how I wanted it. Now I should go to the sidebar chats, and I want to add a console log. This is where the message I'm showing. So okay, first I want to know the property of the username is present or not. So what I'll do is console log here. I'll just go back. The line number is 57. Okay, so I can just access the username by dot username. But before this, last message. So I want to show the message right now. So I want to hear if he's saying everything is nothing. But instead of that, I want to show particular username's last message. So what will happen is go to this last message. Where will I update this details of a friend? Okay, so what will happen is showing me doing it like this. So details of a friend. Okay, I should write another user friend that dependent on this details of friend. So whenever this details of friend gets the values changed, that means at first it will be null. After that it will change its value and set the user details actually that variable will be set. So at that time what I want to do is user details is there, so this offend is there then let me get this one's so chat is equals to json.parse local storage dot get item last message. So this chat variable will hold all these three things. Now what I can do is the thing is when you actually accept this friend's user like when you accept his request for the first time, there won't be any actually messages. So you'll come from here to here. At that time that local storage will still, like for that user there won't be any data, so I have to add a if condition there too. So so I have to do if chats of details dot if it exists then I'm thinking I'll create a new state which will be last message details. display an object with last message nothing and timestamp has nothing to. Actually, no point in adding this. You can simply add it later also. So if it is I don't think this is the right way actually. Last message. Nothing. So what I'm thinking is whenever this is there, I'll put a div. I'll set a div to this variable, and I'll just put this div here. And now what I can do is I can just come here and equals to put a div. Now I have to show the message. So this will be in object format in here. So it'll be this one. So now I'll have this particular object, and I'll do dot last message. Yeah, I think this is fine. Actually not sure why. Actually oh, okay. I actually added the nothing in here. I'm not sure why actually instead of so nothing is here, so I should add this one. But the thing with this let keyword is let keyword will not re-render the component. So I don't think that is the right way. So let's start this like this. Now I have to I think it should work now. It worked perfectly actually. So So let's open this message and see if the last message is hello or you are not. Yep, that is the last message. In this we'll check if it is hi or not. Yep, it is. And in this it should be the laughing thing. Yeah, it is correct also. So the last message we are able to show. Now we have to work on showing the time as well. That is pretty easy actually. I have to go to this message once. Yeah. Discord here. For what? So now I'll paste this. I'll just comment it out. So now that in const last message comma timestamp on this one. Simply now I'll just do timestamp. I'll set another state variable that will be render last message time. So we'll go down and put that and set render last message. I will simply take this div. Get this set render message. And this way. I think it's done. Nice. Timestamp to do date is not a function. Okay, cool. Yeah, this is somewhat working. Oh yeah, I guess it's done. So let me just. Oh, sorry. Actually, it should be this one. Yeah, perfect. This 413, 421, 350. Now I'll just open this and I'll check if this last message is actually 413 or not. It's not. It's 8:37. No. So this time is actually gone. It should be 8:37. Date I was getting. I was getting it as 1970. I'll even check it. exactly. So what I'll do is now I'll just give this just do 2000. What the things here? And now I should be getting it properly. 837. Yep. 944 exactly. 239. Yep. So now I have to check one more last thing. Okay, so it's a sidebar chats 34. I'm searching for this username in this chat. Jobs. Is there any other name actually that is used? Oh, the name is also not being used. Jobs is not equal to good. Yep, perfect. So now send a message. Time should be 11:06, but it's showing 9:44. So this will run whenever the messages gets updated. Hmm. This is weird. Hmm. It actually worked. I mean, I just see this message and come back. No, it is 11:13. So let it just pass. Let it get to 11:14. Yeah, I sent. No, it's 11:14. It will show 11. I guess this task is done. So after some time, I'll be posting a video to do this both because it can be done at the same time. It's working fine as expected. Okay, then thank you guys. So we'll meet again in the next video. Bye bye.